Welcome to Arizona Express. I'm Lachelle Hunt, and today we have with us a chess coach who's here to talk to us about chess education. How are you doing, Jeremy?
Pretty good.
So, you go around and teach at elementary schools and help students to play chess.
Yes, I work with different schools for their after-school programs to teach the kids how to play chess. So this is an activity for the kids after school.
Awesome. How does your program work exactly? How do you get involved with the schools?
I find schools that I want to teach at, and I go through their districts to see if they can have a chess program there or if they already have a chess program. And then after we establish that they don't have a program and they would like for me to come in, I'll go in and do a chess demo for all the kids at the school to see how many kids are really interested in the program. And then we'll set up an actual session. So we'll have like maybe a 12-week session where I'll come like 1 hour a week, each week after school.
How did you get your start in chess? How did you get interested in it?
I got started playing chess in my early teens with my dad. My dad and I would play chess a lot. When I went off to high school, I noticed that the school had their own chess team and a chess club. So during my lunch, I'd go in and for the recess part of our lunch, I'd go in and play chess, and it was a lot of fun. And once I realized that our team actually went to tournaments, that really drew me in because that sounded like a lot of fun. So, unfortunately, the first year when I was in high school, I wasn't able to make the school team. But I worked hard over the summer playing a lot of computer chess and doing a lot of studying and stuff. And when I came back my sophomore year of high school, I was able to compete in tournaments. I went off to nationals and I placed in third in my section. So after that, I was pretty much hooked on chess.
How did that help you out in your everyday life? How did that influence you by going through all this stuff with chess?
Well, chess is a wild game. I mean, you control so many different areas of the game, whereas like football and other team sports, you have your offense and your defense. But in chess, you control the offense and you control the defense. So I think it's made me more independent because I like more individual sports like golf. Mm-hmm. So chess was really it was really perfect for me, and I also like to play poker as well. Just chess was the natural attraction for me.
Well, now that we know how chess has influenced you and how you got your start, why don't we take a look at a clip of a student and how they are influenced by chess?
Right here, I go here, I grab something from the cup, it's your turn. Oh, all these people.
It really helps him to focus. It helps him to kind of keep, and you think strategically. It helps him into the classroom to pay attention. Joseph, he's never got any complaints in school about being able to pay attention, but the coach really keeps them on task. He focuses. We're doing a lesson here. We're not just fooling around, and this is important, and it does help him to think strategically. And it helps them to kind of realize that there's a goal at the end of the line. It's not just, immediate gratification.
So why do you believe that chess is important for these students to learn?
Well, chess does so much for kids. One of which is it provides a non-threatening playing field for boys and girls to compete against each other, where, in actual, physical sports, you really can't have the boys and girls compete against each other. But in chess, you can. You see it all the time, and you see even the world champions in chess. They even competing against each other in blitz matches and so forth. So yeah, I mean.
That's great. How can it help adults as well? Do you teach any adults?
Yes, I do. A lot of the parents from the kids, they will often want to learn how to play chess to help their kids too. So when I'm doing a private lesson, I'll have a parent and a kid at the same time. So as I'm showing the kid how to play and working with him, the adult can pick up stuff too. And even after the private lesson with the student, the parent will ask, okay, so what are things that I can be doing with him to help him, practice on his own?
Oh, Now, have you had any experiences with students where you've really seen them grow progressively?
Well, one student really sticks out to me, and his name is Ben. The very first day of chess club, his grandma came up to me and was just like, hey, coach, my son, he has, autism, so, you gotta be a little patient with him. So I was like, well, at that time, that was my first experience dealing with a kid who had any type of learning disability. So I decided, let me pair him up with me, and we'll see exactly what we're working with here. So I let him be white, so he can start the game off first. A lot of kids like to be first, so I gave him his start, and I was like, all right, Ben, go ahead, make your move. And I was waiting for like a minute or two, and he just looked at the board. He didn't make a move or anything. So I was like, all right, whenever you're ready, Ben, go ahead and make your move. He was like, and he just looked at me and smiled. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and check on the other kids and see how they're doing, and I'll come back to you and see, what your move is. So I come back, and he still hadn't moved. So I was like, wow, this is a different experience. I'm not used to this. So I went ahead and I made a move for him. And I was like, all right, this is a very good move, Ben. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do this, and then we'll go from here. So he was real happy. He was real excited, but he pretty much he was frozen for like the first couple weeks playing chess. So as time went on, maybe by like the 6th or 7th week, he was able to play with other kids.
Oh, wow.
And that to me was amazing. Like he wasn't so concerned about winning or losing or drawing. He was just concerned about just having fun and playing the game. So to see a kid go from not being able to move and just being stuck to being able to interact with other kids was huge for me, because I believe one of the disability or the problems with kids who are autistic is their social interaction with other people. So I guess I saw a glimpse of that on the very first day. So to see him be able to interact with other kids was amazing, and that's what made me want to work with kids who have learning disabilities even more. And then to see him participate in the lessons and raise his hand to answer questions and stuff, that to me was just awesome. So to see a kid go from being completely shy, non-responsive, to being able to interact, play games, because I tried pairing up with kids like on the 3rd or 4th week, and kids would complain, he doesn't move, he just sits there, and that was kind of hard at first, but to see him go through that and get to a point where he can actually play a game and have fun doing it, and he's learning, and it's only going to make him smarter in the end. So I would say that's definitely one of the greatest achievements I've seen.
Wow. Do you have any other activities besides going to the schools that adults or other children can participate in?
Well, there are many chess tournaments throughout the valley, and we also do exhibitions. So on the weekends, me and my friend Sean will go to like Fantastic Swap Mart. We'll have some chess sets out, and we'll play some games. We'll run a simul. We have clocks, so we can play some speed chess.
Oh,
and then from time to time, we'll also even play some blindfold too.
Blindfold? No
Yes.
way. Well, why don't we go ahead and take a look at that? I want to see this blindfold stuff. Let's take a look at that clip.
Earlier someone asked me how you can play blindfold chess, and when I first started off, I couldn't. Yeah. Are we ready, Jeremy?
Yeah, we're ready.
On your mark! Get set! Let's have a good game.
Alright, knight F3.
Knight F6!
D5.
Play D6.
Bishop B2.
Knight D, F6. D is in dog.
Game over.
Well,
Yes.
I resigned.
Thank you.
Wow, that looked really difficult. That must have taken a lot of skill.
Yeah, well, especially that one too, because the kid who was moving the pieces was getting the wrong moves.
Oh no.
So I was thinking I had pieces in certain places So when I was like, okay, my bishop on d3 moves, here, it was like, wait a minute, your bishop isn't there. I was like, oh goodness. So I just did the honorable thing and I just resigned.
Oh, geez. It sounds, I mean, that'd be pretty difficult. I mean, keeping it all in your mind anyway. I mean, that's just incredible that, you guys can do that. It must take a long time for that to be able to do that.
Well, Sean and I both practice our openings and have our own different repertoires. So, you pretty much have a good idea of where the pieces are, especially, when you play against other coaches and chess experts and people who understand the game very well. They're going to play logical moves that you're used to playing all the time. Mm-hmm. And when you teach scholastic chess and you play scholastic chess, you're used to notation. So you pretty much have an idea where your pieces are, and good training is blindfold for chess, as it strengthens your endurance for the game, and also your awareness on the board as well.
So what are you doing currently with your program to further it or improve it? Are you making any changes on it as of right now?
Well, I am looking for grants and other schools who have funds set aside for after-school programs. Another one of my good friends, Fernando, has actually picked up another district that I'm working with him on, and so and they have a lot of money set aside for stuff just like this. So pretty much we're doing research on schools that don't have programs like this. At-risk students who need something like this, need a reason to go to school, and so we're also looking for those areas as well to help those students and provide opportunities, because our motto is to provide opportunities to all students. Mm-hmm. So it's unfortunate that a lot of the lower income schools don't have many enrichment programs. There is a grant, the 21st Century Grant, that offers funds for schools to go out and hire different types of vendors like karate and gymnastics and chess in some cases, but very few have these programs and these opportunities. So it would be great to spread the awareness, and I do that with exhibitions, so I can meet other schools, other PTO groups that happen to be there at the same time, and I can tell them about my program, and they can see it in action, and so that is and of course tournaments as well.
And I understand you're also doing more research with autistic students.
Yes, definitely, because what I've noticed with autistic students is that they need more time. Traditionally, the chess program is 1 hour a week after school. But what I've noticed, because I have a couple more autistic students, is that they're not comprehending as much as they should, and it's because they're not getting enough instruction. We can only afford to do so much for free. So it would be great to have funding or just more support to support these programs for these students, because it's not that they can't learn, is that they need more time and more instruction. Like for the example with Ben, it took him a while to really get it, but once he got it, I mean, he was engaged, he was interacting, and he made a huge improvement.
Well, thank you so much for your time and coming out today. If you would like to check out more on Jeremy, you can go to his website at www.strive2be1.com. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Why don't you teach me how to play some chess here, since we have a board?
Sure.
All right, you make the first move. Here.
All right.